Hey, welcome. Today, we're cracking open a truly powerful blueprint for making a difference in the world. It comes from an ancient text called the Yogacara Bhumi Shastra, and it gets right to the heart of one of the biggest questions we all face. In a world filled with so many problems, how can we actually, effectively help?
You just have to look around today to see that we are grappling with some massive challenges. From conflicts and disasters to just widespread confusion, it's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed and just ask yourself, what is the best way to help? It's a timeless question, and believe it or not, this ancient text offers a fascinating and really strategic answer. So who is the architect of this incredible plan? Well, it's the Bodhisattva. This is a figure whose entire reason for being is to respond to the world's suffering. And it's all driven by a single powerful and totally unshakable vow.
So what exactly is a bodhisattva? Okay, think of them as the ultimate agents of compassionate change. These are beings who have gotten right to the very edge of ultimate peace, what's called nirvana. But then they make a conscious, deliberate choice to turn back. And why would they do that? It's out of this immense, incredible compassion. They vow to stay in the world, helping every single other being find their own way to enlightenment first.
In this quote from the text, it just nails their core mission perfectly. This isn't some vague hope or a nice idea. It's a clear, actionable goal to bring benefit and peace to all sentient beings. This incredibly focused mission is what drives every single thing they do. But how? How does a bodhisattva actually put such a massive vow into practice? Well, the text gives us more than just good intentions. It's basically a playbook, a strategic manual with 5 totally distinct blueprints for compassionate action. And these are presented as 5 types of births, where each one is a deliberate choice to come back into the world in the most effective way possible. So here's the breakdown. These are not random reincarnations. Think of it as a toolkit of targeted missions. As we're about to see, they cover everything from direct, on-the-ground crisis intervention to wielding massive influence and eventually to becoming the ultimate teacher. It's an incredibly flexible and adaptable strategy for helping the world, no matter the situation.
All right, let's jump right into the first method, the birth to avert calamities. This is the bodhisattva as a first responder, getting right into the thick of a crisis to help.
The whole idea here is direct, hands-on intervention. When disaster strikes, this isn't about sitting back and sending good vibes. Nope. The bodhisattva takes on a physical form that is specifically designed to solve the problem and save lives.
And get this, the examples from the text are just so creative and honestly so practical. In a famine, they literally become food. During a plague, they become the cure. When war erupts, they become a just ruler who can actually bring about peace. It's all about embodying the exact solution that is needed most in that very moment.
Okay, so that's how to handle immediate disasters. But what about those slower, more systemic problems? The ones rooted in a society's bad habits? For those, the bodhisattva has a totally different approach, the birth according to kind. And this chart just lays it out so perfectly. In this strategy, the bodhisattva is born right into the community they want to help, living right there among them. But here's the critical difference. As you can see, while they're surrounded by harmful actions or greedy desires, the bodhisattva models a better way. They don't preach from some high pedestal, they inspire change from within. It's like being an undercover agent for good.
Okay, so the final 3 births. This is where things get really fascinating. This is like a progression, an evolution in the bodhisattva's strategy. As their own spiritual journey moves forward, their ability to help expands in incredible ways, moving from worldly influence to a more cosmic level of wisdom. First up is the birth of great power. You can think of this as the bodhisattva being born with a natural advantage. Incredible charisma, wealth, status, amazing talent. But instead of using these gifts for themselves, they leverage them to create huge positive change. Kind of like a modern-day philanthropist or a truly visionary leader. Then you have the superior birth. And this is where things get almost cosmic. This reflects the bodhisattva's own spiritual growth, as they are born into higher and higher states of being. Just imagine, moving from the perspective of a wise king to that of a celestial being, gaining this incredible, universe-wide view and an even greater capacity to help. And all of this leads to the grand finale, you could say, the final birth. This is it, the last life. This is when the bodhisattva is finally ready to achieve supreme, perfect enlightenment. And here's the key. This final step completes the entire cycle of service. They become a Buddha, a fully awakened one, who can now offer the ultimate gift,
teaching the path to freedom to everyone who is ready to listen.
So, after all that, what's the big takeaway from this ancient blueprint? Well, it's a really profound lesson about what compassionate action can look like and the sheer power of our intentions.
This quote, for me, just sums up the entire philosophy behind it all. Every life they take on is a blameless birth. It's pure, it's selfless, and it's a totally deliberate choice. And the goal is always the same, to bring benefit and peace to others.
And that is the most important thing to remember here. According to this text, the path of the Bodhisattva is not about passively accepting your fate. No, it's an active, strategic, and deeply compassionate way of engaging with the world's problems, using wisdom to choose the absolute best way to help in any situation.
And that really just leaves us with a final question, one for all of us to think about. We might not be bodhisattvas, but when we look at this ancient blueprint for strategic compassion, what inspiration can we draw for our own lives? How can we act a little more intentionally, a little more effectively, to bring just a bit more benefit and peace to the world around us?